I have in the past tried a great many of them. It is possible to explain a person to himself, to prescribe steps which should lead him forward, to train him in knowledge about a more satisfying mode of life. But such methods are, in my experience, futile and inconsequential. The most that they can accomplish is some temporary change which soon disappears, leaving the individual more than ever convinced of his inadequacy. The failure of any such approach through the intellect has forced me to recognize that change appears to come about through experience in a relationship. So I'm going to try to state very briefly and informally some of the essential hypotheses regarding a helping relationship, which seem to gain increasing confirmation both from experience and research. I can state the overall hypothesis in one sentence as follows. If I can provide a certain type of relationship, the other person will discover within himself the capacity to use that relationship for growth, and change and personal development will occur. The relationship. But what meaning do these terms have? Let me take separately the three major phrases in this sentence and indicate something of meaning they have for me. What is this certain type of relationship I would like to provide? I have found that the more that I can be genuine in a relationship, the more helpful it will be. This means that I need to be aware of my own feelings insofar as possible, rather than presenting an outward facade of one attitude while actually holding another attitude at a deeper or unconscious level. Being genuine also involves the willingness to be and to express, in my words and my behavior, the various feelings and attitudes which exist in me. It is only in this way that the relationship can have reality, and reality seems deeply important as the first condition. It is only by providing the genuine reality which is in me that the other person can successfully seek for reality in him. I have found this to be true even when the attitudes I feel are not attitudes with which I'm pleased or attitudes which seem conducive to a good relationship. It seems extremely important to be real. As a second condition, I find the more acceptance and liking I feel toward this individual, the more I will be creating a relationship which he can use. By acceptance, I mean a warm regard for him as a person of unconditional self-worth, of value no matter what his condition, his behavior, or his feelings. It means a respect and a liking for him as a separate person, a willingness for him to possess his own feelings in his own way. It means an acceptance of and regard for his attitudes of the moment, no matter how negative or positive, no matter how much they may contradict other attitudes he has held in the past. This acceptance of each fluctuating aspect of his other person makes it for him a relationship of warmth and safety. And the safety of being liked and prized as a person seems a highly important element in a helping relationship. I also find that the relationship is significant to the extent that I feel a continuing desire to understand, a sensitive empathy with each of the client's feelings and communications as they seem to him at the moment. Acceptance does not mean much until it involves understanding. It is only as I understand the feelings and thoughts which seem so horrible to you, or so weak, or so sentimental, or so bizarre. It is only as I see them as you see them and accept them and you that you feel really free to explore all the hidden nooks and frightening crannies in your inner and often buried experience. This freedom is an important condition of a relationship. There is implied here a freedom to explore oneself at both conscious and unconscious levels as rapidly as one can dare to embark on this dangerous quest. There is also a complete freedom from any type of moral diagnostic evaluation, since all such evaluations are, I believe, always threatening. Thus, the relationship which I have found helpful is characterized by a sort of transparency on my part in which my real feelings are evident, by an acceptance of the other person as a separate person with value in his own right, and by a deep empathic understanding which enables me to see his private world through his eyes. When these conditions are achieved, I become a companion to my client, accompanying him in the frightening search for himself, which he now feels free to undertake. I am by no means always able to achieve this kind of relationship with another, and sometimes, even when I feel I have achieved it in myself, he may be too frightened to perceive what is being offered to him. But I would say that when I hold in myself the kind of attitudes I have described, and when the other person can to some degree experience these attitudes, then I believe that change and constructive personal development will invariably occur. And I include the word invariably only after long and careful consideration. End of reading for today. So thank you all so much. This particular reading gave me quite a few chills as I was going along. So thank you all so much. I look forward to continuing on in reading the next section, Motivation for Change, tomorrow. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Monday.